Good morning, everybody. Hey, happy day 4 of our preseason of our plan and prep. So today we are going to be talking about meal planning. So this is the one thing that when I started my fitness journey with Insanity, I actually did not open the nutrition plan. I didn't pay attention to it. I thought, you know what? I already am eating healthy. I am, paying attention to what I'm eating during the day. And I'm trying to eat just fresh fruits and vegetables. I'm trying to eat lean protein, trying to stay away from anything with sugar in it. But what I was doing is I was buying the smart ones, the prepackaged meals. I was buying 100-calorie pack snacks. I was eating cheese sticks. I was eating, an entire box of grapes. I was eating some foods that were good. I was not paying attention to the quality of the foods that I was eating and what I was eating during the day. And so what happened is I went through the whole first 30 days of my fitness program of Insanity and I lost 2 pounds. And I was so frustrated and had a decision to make. I could decide that I was going to chuck it to the wind and this didn't work and Beachbody programs don't get the results and those people are photoshopped. I could have done that. But in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Something's wrong. What am I not doing right? And I can remember going to my coach and she said, Melanie, have you ever heard of clean eating? And I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And so she said, go get this book. Go get Eat Clean Recharged by Tosca Reno. And so I bought the book and I remember reading it from cover to cover. On the way down to Deep Creek, Maryland for a family little weekend getaway, I read that book, highlighted it and dog-eared, and it just made sense to me that 80% of the results that we get actually comes from the food that we eat. And it was an aha moment. It was like a palm to the forehead. I realized I wasn't eating right. I was eating too much of the fruits and vegetables. I was eating, the low calorie and fat-free stuff still had fake sugars. It still had processed materials. My body did not know how to break that down. And so I was hungry all the time because I wasn't eating nutrient-dense food. Now, I taught myself how to eat clean. I used the palms of my hands. I used the system that Tosca Reno had put into that book. I basically overhauled my entire family, myself, and our nutrition. I started cooking cleaner recipes. And you know what? The weight just started coming off. And my husband, who wasn't working out or drinking Shakeology, lost 10, 15 pounds just by eating the way that I was eating when he was home from work. And so insert the 21-day fix. When the 21-day fix launched, I was like, hallelujah. It is clean eating simplified. You get the portion container system and you get, they tell you exactly what foods to eat. So now that we've got Country Heat, they use that portion container system. And I'm telling you, it is exactly what I did, but simplified. So the reason I'm telling you all of this today is that I want you to pay attention to this. I want you to follow this nutrition guide. If you want to get the best results with Country Heat, you aren't going to be able to out-cardio a bad diet. At the end of 30 days, you're going to be smacking yourself for not getting the results you wanted. Also, I will tell you that the first 30 days are trial and error. Just consider this phase 1. Just plan on being here for 30, 60, 90 days. By 3 months, you will feel very confident at making this a lifestyle change. You will get over the emotional eating and the cravings and the attachment to food. You'll start looking at food as fuel, and it'll just be second nature to go to the grocery store and shop. All right? So let's take a look at the nutrition guide. So I have it pulled up here on my computer screen. It's from Beachbody On Demand. So this is the eating plan that we're all following. And so I want everybody to commit to this eating plan for the next 30 days. So the first thing I want you to do is open up your booklet today. If you don't have it yet, you can go on here and you can pull this off. But the first thing we want to do, right, is we want to take a look at how the Country Heat plan works, right? There's your containers. So first of all, you guys all have your containers. And you can label them. They come with little labels. So your green is your veggies, your purple is your fruits, your red is your proteins, Yellow is your carbs, blue is healthy fats, orange container is for the seeds and the dressings. For the first 3 to 4 weeks, I carried this manual in my tracking sheets with me everywhere I went. It's been battered and beaten and well loved, but I did not eat anything that was not in this plan. If it was not on the list, I just didn't eat it. So I'm gonna ask of you to do the same thing and really only eat the foods that are on this plan. So the second thing we need to do today is let's figure out what container plan is right for you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure this out with you. So I've got my phone here because I use that for everything, and I'm gonna actually walk you through it. So for example, number one, what is your current weight? So I'm gonna say my current weight is 118 pounds, and I'm gonna times that by 11. That gives me my calorie baseline. So I would write right in there 1,298. That's my calorie baseline. Now, then we're gonna number two, you're gonna go down and you're gonna add 300 to that. That takes you to 1,598 calories. So that is my maintenance. Now, we wanna take away 750 calories. That's gonna be our deficit. So technically it's telling me that I should eat 848 calories a day. I'm going to tell you that that is not what I'm going to eat. I am going to follow plan A because that's what it says. If your calorie target is below is 1,300 or below, you're going to use plan A. So I, of course, am not looking to lose weight. I'm looking to maintain, but I still want to make sure that I eat according to the plan. All right. So the number of containers you need each day is listed corresponding to the colored square. For example, if you're plan A, you're going to eat 3 green container portions a day. The plan also includes daily teaspoon size portions of oil, nuts, butters, and blah, blah, blah. So look for the spoon, and that is a teaspoon. All right. If weight loss isn't your goal, skip to step 3 and use your maintenance calorie to find your number container plan. So if you're not looking to lose weight, I will say to you, just go to that maintenance plan. So here you go. Here is your plan right here. So for example, I'm going to be on plan A. So maybe what you do is you sit down and you say to yourself, okay, I get 3 veggies a day, 2 fruits. I get 4 proteins, 2 carbs, 1 healthy fat, 1 seed and dressing, and 2 oils and nut butters. So I know that. And then the next part is here's your tracking sheet. So you can print these off, and they even have them in Beachbody On Demand where you can just actually print them off. And I would print like 4 or 5 copies. And so basically I write in here, I get 3 of these, I get 2 of those, get 4 of these, you get 2, and I write it in there. And then I know, okay, each day I'm going to tally how many containers I have. So for example, I had my Shakeology this morning. It was a red because Shakeology is a red container. I added a teaspoon of almond butter, so that's a spoon, and then I used water, and I used 2 strawberries, so maybe that's like a half of a fruit. So I would mark those out, and then I would know how many I had left for the day. And it gets you to kind of think ahead and say to yourself, okay, you know, I really want to have a sweet potato for dinner tonight, so I'm not going to have toast for lunch, and I'm not going to have a wrap for lunch. I am going to forego one of the 2 so that I can have the sweet potato at dinner. So, and vice versa. So you want to check that out, all right? And then what I'm going to do is today, I'm going to actually upload a blank template in there. So we are going to start the meal planning process. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look through each of the foods on these food groups. And this is important. Hear me out. The foods in each list are arranged according to nutritional value. The higher up on the list, the more beneficial the food is. Don't ignore the foods on the lower list, but you want to have a good variety. Things that are going to keep you fuller, that are going to have more fiber, top of the list. More nutrient dense, top of the list. So if you are constantly eating from the bottom of the list, you're kind of somewhat doing what I was doing before I understood what clean eating was all about, all right? So many foods listed have specific measurements, like 10 asparagus spears, for example. But if there's no amount, just fill the container and then so that you can still put the lid on it. So here you go, guys. Do I have to eat all that food? Healthy eating can be more filling than junk food packed with sugar, salt, and fat. If you find yourself filling up quickly, that's okay. Eat what you can. But if you're not going to finish your containers, make a point of eating a little from all of the containers or rotating the ones you skip. So you do want to try to make sure you're not leaving out any containers. Like if you don't like vegetables, put a handful of spinach in your Shakeology. You can't even taste it. But find a way to make sure you're getting all of your containers in there. Alrighty? Okay, so here we go. Now we've got our containers. Look through here. Start making a list of what you're gonna get at the grocery store. And I know we'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow, but for example, go pick up some spinach. You know you're gonna need vegetables every day. So what vegetables are you gonna eat? What protein are you gonna have at dinner? The biggest thing is to keep it simple. Keep it simple, especially with your reds. Like I just will do grilled chicken with the no salt added Mrs. Dash seasoning. It's really good. It doesn't add extra calories or sodium, and you just can get like the Fiesta lime, or they've got like a poultry seasoning. They have all sorts of different ones that you guys can use. So I tend to stick to lean ground turkey. I tend to stick to boneless chicken breast. I tend to eat eggs. I try to stay away from yogurt, like dairy, but it's okay for you guys to have that. That's not a problem. I will do flank steak. I do stay away from any type of lunch meat because it is processed. It does have sodium in it. I try to stay away from that. I try to stay away from bacon. So basically I do like Shakeology, lean ground turkey, flank steak. We do like pork chops every once in a while, like lean pork chops, grilled chicken. We do fish. We do salmon quite often, you know, as far as food goes. So check it out. Yellow containers, same thing. Sweet potatoes, yams, quinoa. Notice that, notice on here, guys, that tortillas and bagels and English muffins, look at what size they are. Look at the fact that they're at the bottom of the list. I basically eat oatmeal. Notice corn is a carb. I eat brown rice. I will do sweet potatoes all the time, quinoa, and some beans, like black beans is a lot of what we eat. Alrighty, so you got this. Now here's the thing. Notice, like I know some of you like to mix milk in with your Shakeology. You've got your milk here, but look, 3 times a week you can replace a yellow container with a beverage. Now, notice that milk is 18 ounces. 1 yellow container is 18 ounces. Soy milk, almond milk, 16 ounces, 8 ounces. So you could say, all right, I'm gonna use 2 ounces every day, and that would be, you know, however many yellow containers it is. So you can actually split it up that way if you want to. All right, there's your treats. So what I want you guys to do today is I want you to look this over. I want you to ask me questions. I want you to comb through the nutrition guide and think about every question that you guys have, and I want you to comment below because I'm gonna give you the tracking sheet, and then tomorrow we will actually go through how to make a meal plan, all right? So today, your job is to educate yourself. Tomorrow, we go through the meal plan. Deal? All right, I want your comments below. I want to know that you've watched this and that it makes sense, and I want you to ask me some questions. All right, guys, happy Thursday. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.